Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to Heat My Shorts. We're on episode 66 of Flying Across Canada in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're on the runway, so we better get into our seats and ready for takeoff. Hope your day's going well so far. So we're back at Alan J. McEachin Port Hawkesbury Airport in Nova Scotia. The ID code here is Charlie Yankee Papa Delta. We're on runway 11 in a C-130 Echo Hercules, flying a heading of 076, which is east-northeast, and traveling 63 nautical miles, expecting an 18-minute flight to J.A. Douglas McCurdy, Sydney Airport. And the identification code there is Charlie Yankee Quebec Yankee. We will be touching down on runway 06 and taxiing to ramp for parking. Current local time is 11:13 a.m. Take it to the outside of the aircraft, do a quick walk around before we get ready for takeoff. Here is our C-130 Echo or E model Hercules. And we are flying in the Royal Canadian Air Force livery today. I saw that it was an option. We are flying in Canada, and I myself am Canadian, so I figured let's use that one. Can't remember where we started our walk around from. Over here maybe? Anyways, let's take it back to the inside. Actually, let's bring the camera back to the rear of the plane. So we'll probably be using that later in the flight. So, I think we're basically ready for takeoff here. We've got everything set, we've got our flaps set, we are cleared for takeoff. So let's get to it. Make sure I get my timer started, all that good stuff. Alrighty. Just checking everything one last time here. Alright. Charlie 130, Hotel Mike Sierra 39er, Lima Oscar Foxtrot. We are rolling out. Enjoy the flight. Slightly off our center line here, and we'll rotate now. We are airborne. Let's check our map. Jet landing gear up. Wheels up. And align to 076. There goes Port Hawkesbury. Our landing lights turned off, taxi lights turned off. And let's level our flaps. There we go. Adjust our trim, get us flying level. Get a bit of altitude. I'll tell you a little bit about this airplane. Alright. The C-130 Hercules is a high-wing 4-engine turboprop transport produced by Lockheed of the United States of America. The first flight of the first Alpha variant was in August of 1954 and was introduced into service in December of 1956. The Bravo variant entered service in 1959 with different engines, 4-bladed propellers instead of the 3-bladed ones, improved fuel capacity, and other upgrades. The Echo variant, this one, uses the same engines as the Bravo, was fitted with additional external fuel tanks, and somehow has an increased maximum takeoff weight with the same engine and more fuel. I'm not sure how that works. The Echo variant was introduced in the year 1962, and they are still in service at the time of recording this video. Over 2,500 C-130s in total had been built as of 2015. 389 Echo models were ordered. It's powered by 4 Allison T56A7 turboprop engines producing up to 4,200 horsepower each. Maximum speed of this variant is 618 kilometers per hour, 384 miles per hour, or 332 knots estimated. Cruise speed is 555 kilometers per hour, 345 miles per hour, or 290 knots airspeed. Stall speed is 180 kilometers per hour, 111 miles per hour, or 97 knots. And I'm not sure what stage the flaps are at for that stall speed, because these flaps have like, I don't even know, like 12 settings. It's pretty wild. The Hercules can carry up to 92 passengers, cargo up to 42,000 pounds, or any combination of the two. And I think that is all I have for facts, which is, I guess, you know, I've used all of the space on the pages. Let's check our map. Oh, I didn't start the timer? I thought I did. Oh well. Maybe next time. So we're about a quarter of the way through today's journey so far. Let's take it to the outside and have a look at where they've hidden our GoPros for this plane. There's quite a few of them. Oh, there's something wrong with my timer. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. few GoPros on this aircraft. I guess there's a lot of places to hide the GoPros because it's such a big airplane. Something kind of funny. They went through all the trouble of modeling of rendering the cargo area of the airplane there, and even a couple different GoPros in there, but they did a pretty bad job of the interior of the aircraft. I'm not sure why they chose to do that. If I'm being completely critical of it, it looks kind of terrible. Like, the gauges don't move, the textures are pretty bad. I actually had to manually move the camera to this position. It was about 100 feet behind the airplane when I started the video, and that's where it always is when I use this aircraft. I'm not sure why they've done that. And I guess there's a lot of criticism about that in the online community. Understandably, it's a flight simulator, and it didn't render the interior view, which is, you know, more of an arcade thing to fly with the external view. More arcade than simulation. Let's get our pitch trim dialed in a little bit more. I see we're nosing up again. Currently cruising at 4,500 feet. A little bit more trim up. There we go. Let's have a look on the outside. I've always been a really big fan of the Hercules, ever since I knew about it. Thought it was a really cool aircraft. Very capable and very versatile platform. And it looks awesome. I could start looking at my imaging. I think we're around our halfway point for today. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty much our halfway point. Time to start thinking about our approach. I think if we aim from it, there's a little road. Well, not little, it's, you know, average road size. There's a road somewhere down here, and if we follow the approach of the road, it brings us in line with the airstrip, with runway 06 at J.A. Douglas McCurdy Sydney Airport. And the code is Charlie Yankee Quebec Yankee at that airport. Close our map. Let's see if we can get eyes on our airport. Probably not quite yet. Oh yeah, there it is. I can see it. And there's our road, actually. Right there. I believe that's the road that we follow to basically be on approach for our runway. So then I'm going to turn our landing lights back on, our recognition lights back on. Actually, I don't think they're called recognition lights. Those are different ones. Taxi lights and landing lights. I always leave the strobe lights on, the blinking lights. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have those on. I really don't know. Or if that's more like for storms and things like that. I don't know. I'm slowly learning how to pretend to be a pilot. Very slow. I'm on my second year of flight simming, maybe even third now, I'm not too sure. Whenever Top Gun Maverick came out, that's when I got into it. I wanted to fly that F-18. Alrighty, let's see here. Yeah, looks like that road is going, or maybe it's not a road, maybe it's a power line. Yeah, it looks more like a power line. They've cut the trees away, usually to make way for, well, I guess they do that to make way for roads too, but that doesn't look paved. That looks like a big grassy strip. Alright, I'm going to start dialing back our throttle. The plane agrees. You can hear it creaking. And let's start descending in altitude. Now, if I remember correctly, I think those blinking lights are actually at the far end of the runway. I think that kind of threw me off last time. Because I did do a test flight of this one, maybe even yesterday, I forget now. But it surprised me when I got ready for landing and realized that the lights were at the other end. I had to readjust my approach, kinda. Alright, let's get our gear down. We want to be cruising at around 97 knots when we touch down. Currently cruising at 220. Need to bring it back quite a bit. Just descending to 2,000 feet. If I remember correctly, I think our altimeter reads a little bit off as we come in for our landing here. We were at 0 before we touched down, which really doesn't help. I think we need to bring it a little bit more to our port side. And I'm gonna get our speed brakes out now. Which, I don't know if you noticed or not, as I was cycling through the camera views, the GoPro views, I noticed our speed brake was open for takeoff. It's not supposed to be open. It was at the rear of the plane by the main landing gear housing. Okay, descending to 1,000 feet. Currently at 180 knots. There's 700 feet. Flaps, I forgot about that. I did a few notches, but there's quite a few more. This will help us drop our speed. We're currently at 150 knots. We'll be substantially slower than that. 140. Some more flaps. 20 knots airspeed, a little bit more throttle, a little bit more. We're ways out still. Close our speed Right on. Not bad at all. Those speed brakes closed again. I think we taxi off right here. Yeah, this is us right here. Perfect. Taxied over to ramp 4 parking. Try not to run over any other pylons here. And get our landing lights turned off now. We'll leave our taxi lights on until we find our spot. Welcome to Sydney Airport. J.A. Douglas McCurdy. I didn't realize that a lot of these airports are named after people as well as the city or towns that they're located in. Bring up our map here. I think we're taxiing straight ahead to those buildings there. Kind of makes the most sense. Yeah, right there. Oh, I see we have some ground crew waiting for us there. He's already given us directions. We got a ways to go still, buddy. But I do appreciate it. Correctly, I can't actually get this airplane turned off. I'm gonna try though. Get all of our lights turned off, our heaters, our avionics, our alternator. That was our battery. And magnetos. It almost doesn't sound like they're turning off. Yeah. I don't think they're turning off. Cut the fuel, I don't know. Alright, well, I suppose we'll just take it back to the interior view and just turn off the volume. There we go. That works. Welcome to J.A. Douglas McCurdy, Sydney Airport. Hope you've enjoyed the flight. I don't know how long that took because I forgot to start the timer at the beginning. But the video is 25 minutes long. I could tell you that. Let's hang out with Maggie. She's laying awkwardly at my feet here. Right there, right behind the pilot's chair. Okay, here she is. Here she is. Hey? Oh. There she is. Hey? You want to say hello? No, not really. Hey? Maggie? You don't want to say hello? Hey? Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. There, we'll do this. Hmm? You don't want to play co-pilot today? Maggie wanted the day off from being co-pilot. She was just a passenger today. I suppose that's acceptable. Go over to here. It feels warm in here. On episode 67, we're going to fly a Lockheed F-104 Starfighter to Charlie Delta Alpha 5, which is St. Andrews, Newfoundland. We'll be crossing over into Newfoundland next time. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and flying along with us, and I hope to see you on the next one. This has been Heat My Shorts with Maggie and Steve, The Maggie Show. I love you all. Bye-bye.